Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to another episode of Shook Unscripted, and I am super excited. Today we're going to start off with like a Shuntopolis World update, talk about several of the players in this game, just do a short recap, and not much is going on, but I have a couple of things I want to talk about, including Mr. Shabib coming up again. He has some choice words for Chantal. Apparently he was, canoodling with FFG. We're also going to touch on Natter and Pete's as well, and talk about this latest winter bees, but trust me, that is not the highlight of today's video. We're also going to touch on some rumors, some speculation. Is Chantal kind of running these accounts that belong to Alaa? I did see some posts about her in his gaming channel as well. Later on in the video, we're going to talk about Hungry Fat Chick, who we do not talk about much on this channel, but there is a pretty big update that I saw on her channel today. I've always wanted to do like a video about her, but I just never got around to it. She is a character that a lot of you guys know. She's friends with Nikocado Avocado, and so we'll get to that as well. All that and more coming up on today's episode. Let's just get right into it. Shall we? So I guess we can start off by talking about yesterday's video. She came on and did a live stream called Winter Bees, and not much at all happened in this live stream. I did catch it live because I was actually getting my car inspected. That's something you have to do in some states. Once a year, you take your car in. So I was basically just sitting there waiting for them to finish inspecting my car. Everything was great, by the way. We were good for another year. But this live stream, that's honestly more interesting than this live stream, my car inspection. It was the most boring live stream I've seen from her in a while. She gets McDonald's because I guess their fish sandwich is halal. I don't know if that's even true. Let's look it up. So there you have it, guys. The Filet-O-Fish is halal, and that's kind of the most interesting thing. I did watch also the recap from Queen of WTF. I will link that down below. It's only about 5 minutes if you just want to get in, get out, get the t-shirt. But she tries to not eat fast food. That's what she said in the video. That's a complete and total lie. She does not try to not eat fast food. Like in Kuwait, they had so much fast food. What was it with the Burger King? She was like addicted to the Burger King in Kuwait. Maybe it was better. She did say it was so much fresher. Let's go ahead and switch gears over to Montreal. A lot of you guys have been wondering what is going on with Nader El Shiamu. Now, I did notice recently that he posted a live stream for 9 hours and 40 minutes. So yesterday, I think it was called like I'm sad, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm not happy. Don't ask me why. And he was seriously on there for 9 hours and 40 minutes. Could you imagine? What does it take to get on here for 9 hours and 40 minutes? I mean, you guys know exactly what I'm thinking. I don't want to go there with the allegations, although, I mean, we can just look to the past. Could you guys do it? I certainly could not. But where is Dee Dee? During this whole time, she is not there. That's going to be it for him. I don't want to linger. Where is Debbie? What is she up to? I think we need a proof of life. So let's also get into the return of Mr. Shabib. FFG was actually doing a live stream, which granted, I did see on Reddit that Foodie Beauty actually posted a very quick community tab where she was fat shaming FFG. I mean, at this point, she has to realize that honestly, that's like the least interesting thing about Foodie at this point. I don't know. People don't hate her because she's fat. She's fat because people hate her, right? Anyways, I saw on Marley Hendrix's channel. I will link all these sources down below. You guys know me. I'm good for that. But here is Alaa Shabib in FFG's side chat. I said, before you can go, you can leave the country. But if you think to come back, I will open case. Here he is talking about how he is going to be opening up a case if she goes back to Kuwait. I don't know. I did see Foodie kind of raging about this because you guys know how she is. She said that he kind of started this, and to be frank, he did start this, but I'm not mad about it. That was the best part of the entire Kuwait arc. I mean, it was the most interesting part for sure. Editing Alex here, I just wanted to make a point that you could argue that she started it because she left them in the desert without water. Whatever she was doing, they didn't like it, so you could say she started it. And then she came on and completely trashed his wife. It was interesting how she just like went right for his wife, even though at that time she didn't really say anything about her. Chantal's MO. So then there you have it. Here's another I give her way out. So he is like he graciously allowed her to leave the country, but she better not think about coming back. This is a threat, pretty clearly. I don't know like what actually is going to happen. She does claim that she's going to go back. As I said in a previous video, a lot of you guys think that it's possible that she's not going to go back. We did see how fragile that relationship was with that breakup that happened a couple of months ago. But I also saw, if you look on Mary Cab's Twitter, I was just scrolling on Twitter, she posted that there is an opening where Chantal lives, like they have an apartment that is going to be available come March 1st, which is probably their apartment. I mean, it's just a coincidence if it's not. And I do think that it's going to take some time. They might be able to start showing it, but I do believe it's going to take some time for them to fix the damages that Chantal made. Especially, they're going to have to remove a lot of the things that Foodie and Pete's leave behind. Foodie, they knew that she was there, right? Because there was also people contacting the apartment complex. So they definitely have her contact information. Of course, if she leaves the country and just blocks the phone number, there's no way that they can get into contact with her anyway. And in those situations, they just kind of take their losses. What are they going to do? Especially when we're dealing with people that don't really have, you can't get milk out of a stone, right? That's what they say. So inshallah, which I believe means God willing, she is going to be in Kuwait by March 1st. And I don't know, like it's coming up really soon and she hasn't made any moves. I think that she is just going to leave everything there and make them take care of it, because that's just the kind of person that she is. Like, I don't see her hiring movers. Also, where is she going to put it? Just drop it at her mom's house? Is that going to work out? I mean, she has made fun of her mom's small house, small kitchen in the past. It's like she has done a lot of house shaming over the years, and then she wonders why people were so quick to shame her abode over in Kuwait, because it was like, girl, this is chef's kiss karma. So here is Pete's latest video. It was just called Live, I think. I did watch a little bit of this live stream, and dang, like it's even more boring than Chantal, so it is what it is. He kind of just like reads the chat and then answers questions. I feel like you really need to put in a little bit more effort than that. It is, I do have to give it to him, more interesting than Salah's gaming streams. Did anyone try to catch his gaming stream from like last week? I swear there was no sound. Like he was sitting there playing a game and there was no sound. That's bottom of the barrel content. I do see people saying like, oh, these people on Twitch, they just sit there and play video games and they get thousands of dollars a month. And if it was really that easy, then everybody would do it, right? Anybody who is a gamer would just do that, but it's not that easy. You have to be entertaining or else people will just go elsewhere. There is a lot of competition. And if you're not entertaining, you need to be like really good at the game. Salah has neither of those things. He's not really good at the game and he's not entertaining. Obviously, he is absolutely the most milquetoast streamer that I have ever seen. He doesn't even really say much of anything. Chantal was in the side chat like monitoring. She wants to make sure that there's no other women in there trying to flirt with Salah. He was over there blocking people that said boo in the beginning until he understood kind of the dynamic between Foodie and her audience. You can already see the trust issues there, and if we do look back to history, Chantal was the one to always cheat, not the men that she was with, as surprising as that might be to some people, but she's a cheater. Also, Pete's shook BBJ. A lot of people took issue with that. I just hope at this point that those cats find a better forever home. Obviously, they're bottom of the barrel and deplorable, and the cats deserve better than that, and I'm just gonna keep it at that. Lastly, I wanted to touch on Hungry Fat Chick. She posted an alarming YouTube short today. She is laying down in a hospital bed. I will go ahead and roll that for you guys.
Hey y'all, no long video going up today. In the hospital, just an infection. I should be home in a few days, but talk later. Bye.
She says in the video that she has an infection and she will be home in just a few days. She does say it was just an infection, but we have seen these kinds of things happen with Amberlynn and specifically with Life by Jen, where she was admitted into the hospital and things just went downhill from there. So I can't say that I'm not scared for Candy in this situation. She does say that she will be home in a few days. So when it comes to Candy on her channel, she does post mukbangs. It's not an everyday thing the way Nikocado used to do back in the day, but it's pretty often and it always is junk food. I don't think I've ever seen her eat something that wasn't junk food. Lately, we had the Taco Bell, Papa John's Pizza, Farmer's Boy burgers, okay, and weigh-in mukbang. Okay, so for those of you that might have been curious as to what the weigh-in was, it was 431.8, and she does have the talking scale, the one that Amber made famous back in the day. It does feel like it is a bit of a dire situation. I know that that's something she doesn't want to hear. I know in the past she has kind of shrugged that off by saying, like, I'm here to do mukbangs. If you guys are here for like weight loss content or something like that, just keep it pushing. And she has been known to be a sweet person with a troubled past, so it is hard to criticize her. But we did take a look at one of her more recent mukbangs. This was a couple months ago, I believe now. It was a McDonald's leftover mukbang where she was talking about how she was dealing with depression and she was eating cold McDonald's. It was definitely not a happy video. It was actually quite sad. And I do think that just based on what I have seen, that she is a bit of a shut-in. And especially during this time, a lot of people suffer with seasonal depression. Around this time of year is when that is at its worst. Of course, that is different for everybody. I mean, for some people, it could be the holidays, but I know like at this time, there's not much going on. The groundhog saw its shadow. And this is kind of another one of those situations like we talked about with Eugenia, where there's not much that you can do. You just kind of have to slowly watch what happens. And HFC is another person that I kind of periodically check in on to see if something happens. And I did notice, of course, this short video that she made from the hospital. I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was some drama between political commentator Candace Owens and Nikocado. So Candace actually did a short segment on her show, basically talking about Nikocado. She didn't really say anything new. She was saying YouTube is allowing this man to do this on camera for clicks, views, and money, and how he is promoting this unhealthy lifestyle and how long are they going to allow this to go on. Nikocado actually did a mukbang kind of clapping back to the things that she had said about him. It was mildly entertaining, but honestly, I was expecting a little bit more. Like, I was let down a little bit, not gonna lie. I wanted more fireworks. I know Nikocado, whenever someone with a lot of followers makes a video about him, he is definitely quick to kind of cash in on that drama, make it more than it is, but I don't know how much he really does care. Anyways, taking it back to Candy, I just see a very sad and possibly lonely woman. I know that she has gone through a lot in her life, and I don't know how much of that she has actually processed or how much of that she is pushing down with the fast food. It's very much possible that this is her coping mechanism, and we are watching her kind of indulge in these foods as a way for her to get her mind off of the sadness. And something that a lot of people might not know is that Candy is 50 years old now. I'm not age shaming, to be honest. She doesn't really look that old. And I was surprised to learn that she was 50. But it does feel like, based on what we have seen, especially with Jen, that this feels like a very crucial moment in her life. And if she doesn't get it together now, a small infection like this could lead her down that same path. And I don't want to see that for her or anybody. All right, I just wanted to end the segment by saying I am thinking about her, and I do hope that everything works out for her. I do hope that she is right and she is out in just a couple of days, but I wonder, is she just going to go back to doing the same old thing with the mukbangs, and how much more of this can her body take, especially at 50 years old? Am I going to turn on the news one day and see a picture of her? I definitely don't want to see that. It is very sad, and I have seen just so many people lose their battle. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. A little sad ending, but this is the truth. This is what's going on. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.